Hi everyone. A very warm morning, right? I think it's a very proud moment to see Bhashini going on a road show and coming to colleges like or universities like Reva and really building that impact, right? So today, what would I want to cover, right? I would want to give you a view of state of AI in the globe, state of AI in India, and as students at startup community, what should we do, right? How should we, focus our energies, right? I think, yeah, you can go next. Yeah, yeah. So I think 2023 start was in Netscape movement for India, right? Or for world, right? Before that, everything was plus AI. After that, everything is AI plus everything, right? Like AI is a horizontal cutting across everything what we, sort of do, at least in tech and in our life also, right? And then I think we are really using AI in every day-to-day application what we are doing, whether we know, we don't know, right? That's how it's happening. So, but let's see how globally AI, standing is there and how various countries are standing in terms of AI and where India stands. Can we go next? Yeah. So this is a view of how globally AI stand is there in various countries. I think we basically measure it in 7 dimensions, right? Talent, infra, operating environment, research and development, government strategy and commercialization, right? Again, if you see all of this, US is number one. Most of us would have guessed it, right? China number two, right? A small country like Singapore is number three, right? And where do we stand? We stand basically at number 10, okay? And in that also, if you see the top few parameters like, infra, we are 68. Operating environment, we are 3. But again, if you see research and development, we are 14 and 13, right? Again, that's where we stand. We are definitely ahead in talent. I think that's where you come in the play. But I think that's the where India is standing right now. Let's go one more level deep and see where exactly is the Indian AI ecosystem, right? Yeah. Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. Hello? Next, okay. Yeah. So this is probably one more level deep view of how Indian ecosystem stands, right? I think if you see the total market value of AI is 7 to 10 billion, right? Versus globe, I think, or versus, globe is around 110 to 130, right? And the growth is on the same CAGR, right? It's 25 to 35%. That's the growth, right? It's the Indian AI ecosystem is growing at the same CAGR as globe, right? But as an ecosystem, there are 6 levers, right? The first lever is definitely the market, which we discussed. The second lever is maturity, right? As NASSCOM, we study the adoption of AI happening in India. On a scale of 0 to 4, we are at 2.47. We were at 2.42 2 years back. We have grown. If I compare it to US will be around 3.25, right? I think we are decent in terms of adoption, but again, I think a lot can be done to grow to a level of 3. The third parameter is, various talent base, right? So we are right now at 8.5 lakh people who are experts in data and AI across the country, right? And if I give you a value of the requirement is 10 lakh above. So the demand is 10 lakh people and we have 8.5 lakh. So all of you definitely have a great scope for working on AI and building your skills. You have a demand there, right? The third, the piece is basically, the startups. There are 2,400 AI native startups, right? Again, this is growing every month. We add at least few hundred startups in this field, right? That's what is happening. Incubator, accelerator, around 825 incubator, accelerator. I think that's also a good ground to nurture startup and innovation, right? Again, the last but not the least is IP, right? Or probably papers. There are 70,000 research papers which were written in last 5 years around AI, right? If I may say, US is around 68,000, we are around 70,000, right? Again, this gives you a bit of a positive view. Let me give you a very, very, current and transparent view of what's happening, right? The AI world is basically fixated on few high-end, probably skill set you say, or you may say the availability of that knowledge in that country. The first one is the skill set of chip manufacturing, right? AI chip manufacturing, right? The complexity is high, the value is high, right? The second is probably availability of data center or GPU based hyperscalers. That also is sort of availability, and the cost is high, and you need time to deploy that, right? And the third is basically LLM or foundation models or various language models and other models which are there. Again, globally there are various standing, but again, I think I'll come to how many you have in India, how many you have in globe, right? But again, that is third value metric. The fourth value metric is application, right? Application, again, how you use this foundation model and GPU hyperscalers to deploy your application, right? And these are the four value metrics. The current view is that US is number one in that, right? I think most of the AI chips which are getting manufactured or at least designed is in US, right? So India has zero, right? Again, the second one is hyperscalers. Most of the hyperscalers are powered by US companies, right? Again, India is picking up the race, but again, we are nowhere there. I will say we are way ahead what we started to 2023, but still very laggard, right? The third thing is LLM models, right? I think US has their foundation model. China has a country like UAE has their foundation model, right? India has zero foundation model, right? There are attempts to build that, but again, still there's no grounds of foundation model, right? Again, it's not about foundation model, it's skill set to build that foundation model, that is important, but still we are zero, right? Application, we definitely have a lot, right? But again, here, the application has to really become a mature application and really realize the value of AI for the users, for the enterprise. I think that's how it is, right? So in the all four value metrics, I think India is good in application and talent base, I will say. But again, other three we are still picking up, right? So that's a clear view. I think we have to do a lot. I think having said that, I think let me give you a view of what's happening, right? Again, India mission, I think Amitabh is a director there. I think India mission is one of its kind in the globe, a mission which government is laying the groundwork, right? Everywhere in the globe, there are industries, private companies coming and building it. India mission is building for the country, right? Again, they are building the GPUs which are needed. They're helping build the LLMs. They are building the language, right? So I think that's what they are doing, and they're also building the application of that in government and society, right? I think that's what is happening. So it's a very interesting way how government is catalyzing the whole AI ecosystem, right? Now, what opportunities you have, right? Again, if you see, all the work which is happening across the globe, right, is mostly on text and audio, right? Some of that is on visual, that's there. But again, still a lot work can be done on other sensory parameters, right? I think this is just text and voice, right? Visual is 16 million x more, data intensive than audio or text, right? A lot of work can be happen on that, right? Again, the other part is how of this, all of this can be applied into, multidisciplinary way into application which are of social good, right? How this all can be applied, right? Again, that is where you can play a big role, right? Innovation is a key. I think using all this language models and various models getting developed, how can you apply in your own problem set which you see is important to solve? I think that's what we can do, right? Plus, I think what I see in Reva, I was really amazed to see the work happening in Reva. I think the curriculum, right, getting augmented with the skill set, right? I heard there's a vibe coding courses for you, right? There are research work happening on multidisciplinary solutions, right? I think that's amazing. I think that's where you can add value, right? But I think a lot should be done, a lot can be done, right? We are just in an infancy of the AI journey, right? As a world, right? The AI, the whole LLM will have less knowledge than a 2-year-old, kid, right? So we are still in an infancy age. We can do a lot. We can grow a lot, and all of you definitely can power it, right? I think that's there. And at the same time, I think what moat can be built by India, right? The moat definitely is working on low language resources, right? Again, low language resources. and contextual data, right? I think projects like BHASHINI and the hackathon, which you are seeing launch here and you will be participating, are very important for the evolution of AI, right? As you know, the true global AI can be only built, right, with Indian languages and Indian context in that, right? Again, and no globe can probably withstand not having Indian context, Indian language into that, or Indian sort of way into that. The other part is, again, here, if you see, 90 crore Indians still cannot, communicate with English, with the digital systems, right? When you build this, you have such a big market in India, right? And such a big market to influence and support, right? Again, see, agriculture is sitting in Assam or Bihar, talking his language, right? I think that is a use case which they have solved. Such a powerful use case, right? Similarly, visually impaired, right? I think the use case which I saw here, visually impaired person connecting in his own way with the system digitally. I think that's such a powerful impact if we could really build it. I think a lot of upside, a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities. I truly appreciate Amitabh, Bhashini, and Government of India to really focus on such areas and really build something for the globe by Indians, right? I think that's very important. And I really invite you all to come and participate and support it with it in all this journey, right? With that, I think, thank you, Amitabh. Thank you, University, for having me here. Thank you so much.